Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my continuation of my book reading of The Body from Stephen King. Chapter 7 The Gun. My room was on the second floor, and it was really hot up there. I was glad I wasn't sleeping there that night, and the thought of where we were going made me excited again. I rolled up 2 blankets and tied an old belt around them. I collected all my money, which was less than $1. And then I was ready to go. I went down the back stairs to avoid meeting my dad. I was walking up Carbine Street towards the clubhouse when Chris caught up with me. His eyes were shining. "Gordy, you want to see something?" "Sure, what?" "Come down here first." He pointed down an alley between 2 shops. "What is it, Chris?" "Come on," I said. He ran down the alley, and I ran after him. At the bottom, the smell of the rubbish was terrible. "Chris, sincerely, I'm going to puke. But I forgot about the smell when Chris put his hand into his backpack and pulled out an enormous handgun. "Do you want to be the Lone Ranger or the Cisco Kid?" Chris asked with a grin, naming out our 2 favorite TV heroes. "Jesus, Chris, where did you get that?" "From my dad's desk." "Man, your dad's gonna beat you when he finds out." Chris' eyes just went on dancing. "He isn't going to find out. He and his friends have got enough wine to keep them drunk for a week. I'll put it back before then." Chris hated alcohol. He already seen too much of what it can do. He was the only one in our gang who didn't have a drink. When the Spain twins brought some beer they stole from their father. "Have you got bullets for it?" 9 of them. All that was left in the box. "You think he used them himself, shooting at bottles when he was drunk?" "Any in it at the moment?" "No, of course not. What do you think? Who you think I am?" I finally took the gun. I liked the heavy weight it set in my hand. I could see myself as someone out of an E.D. McBain story or a John D. MacDonald novel. I pointed the gun at a large tin with smelly rubbish spilling out of it and squeezed. Kablam! The gun jumped in my hand. Fire shot from the end. It felt as if my wrist was broken. My heart was in my mouth. A big hole appeared in the surface of the tin. It was the work of an evil magician. "Jesus!" I screamed. Chris was laughing wildly. I couldn't tell if he was amused or frightened. "You did it! You did it!" Gordy LeChance is shooting Castle Rock to pieces. "Be careful, everyone. Here comes Gordy." "Shut up. Let's go," I screamed and grabbed him by his shirt. I gave the gun to Chris, and he pushed it into his backpack as we ran up the alley. When we reached Carbine Street, we slowed to a walk so that no one would notice us if they had heard the noise of the gun. Chris was still laughing. "Man, it's a pity you couldn't see your face. Oh man, that was really great. You knew there was a bullet in it, didn't you?" "That was a rotten trick, Chris, really." "I didn't know." "Gordy, honestly, I just took it out of my dad's desk. He always takes the bullets out of it. I suppose he was too drunk to remember last time." Chris looked as innocent as a baby, but when we got to the clubhouse, we found Vern and Teddy waiting, and he started to laugh again. He told them the whole story, and after everyone had a good laugh, Teddy asked Chris what he thought they need the gun for. "Nothing really," Chris said. "Except we might see a wild animal. Besides, it's frightening out there in the forest at night." Everyone nodded at that. Chris was the strongest and bravest guy in our gang, and he could see things like that. If Teddy had said it, we all laughed at him. "Did you put your tent up in the field?" Teddy asked Vern. "Yeah, and I put 2 lamps in it and turned them on, so it'll look as if we're there after dark. Hey man, great, I said, and slapped Vern on the back. For him, that was real thinking. He grinned. So let's go, Teddy said. It's nearly 12 already. Chris stood up, and we gathered around him. We'll walk across Beeman Field, he said, and then we'll meet the railway tracks by the dump, and just cross the bridge into Hardlow. How far is it, you think? Teddy asked. I don't know, said Chris. Hardlow's big. We're going to have to walk at least 20 miles. Does that sound right to you, Gordy? Yeah, maybe more. 30 miles? Even if it's 30, we should be there by tomorrow afternoon. If no one turns into a pussy, said Chris. No pussies here, Teddy said straight away. Meow, Vern said, and we all laughed. Come on, you guys, Chris said, and picked up his backpack, blankets, and water bottle. And that was the end of chapter 7 of The Body. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.